Well, hello. This is Ilan Sredni from Palindrome Consulting, and I am accompanied by the esteemed MJ Shore. He is the Chief Community Officer and Executive Director of the CompTIA ISAL. MJ, welcome.
Thanks, Ilan. Esteemed, I'll take the compliment. Thank you.
I'll dish him out as often as you want. So, the ISAL sent out a notice today about the Russia and Ukraine conflict and the impact that that could have on cybersecurity. MJ, what do our users need to know?
At its core, what users need to know is there's almost no time of not being on a heightened alert anymore. But certainly the military conflict that's sadly unfolding raises that even a bit higher, which is kind of strange to say, right? You're at a heightened alert and now you need to be even more heightened. The fact of the matter is, yes, it's we can never let down our guard these days. It's a fact of reality. The world is too interconnected, and there will always be criminal elements. But what's perhaps new to the table is now we've got nation states and we've got nations at war. So, we've always known that nation states are conducting cyber surveillance, cyber espionage, even direct cyber attacks for a variety of reasons. Now we have a very clear and present danger associated with what's taking place between Russia and Ukraine spilling over into the entire globe through cyber attacks. We're seeing a dramatic increase in cyber attack activity across, obviously, Russia and Ukraine, but through the Baltics, through the EU, the UK has reported some incidents that appear to be related. It's only a matter of time before it reaches literally just about every nation on the planet, but certainly the United States has significant reason to be concerned because it is leading the Western response. And just within the last few hours, there's been the announcement of sanctions against Vladimir Putin personally as the president of the Russian Federation. If he were ever going to lash back, this could very well be a trigger point. We don't know, and we certainly don't mean to be alarmist, but we have to assume the worst and hope for anything less than that. Now,
we know that a lot of these hidden attacks are coming through the use of social media. And what kind of resources are available for people to educate themselves about this topic?
There are so many resources. There are almost too many resources, right?
I would have to agree.
It depends if we're talking about individuals as private citizens or if we're talking about employees and companies. Certainly the best single resource out there is the Cybersecurity Infrastructure and Security Agency, CISA. It's CISA.gov, CISA.gov. And they've stood up a site that is solely dedicated to being aware of what is being seen as directly related to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Now, that website also has a wealth of resources to help individuals and organizations maintain a high state of defensive posture and monitoring. When it comes to social media, the same old rules apply, but sadly, not enough people follow them. Just look at how many people right now today post their Wordle scores every day. This isn't to suggest at all that Wordle is an issue. As far as I'm aware, it is a very safe game to play, but how quickly it rose to prominence and how many people post their daily scores is an indicator of just how easy it is to jump on the bandwagon and follow the actions of other people. Cyber criminals, bad cyber actors, certainly state espionage operatives, they know how to make that happen. And so the next Wordle could very well be something that's anything but safe. And
let's use this as a public service announcement for all the people that fill out on Facebook and other social media platforms these so-called surveys that ask, what was your first car? Where was your first vacation? It's not far from what is your wife's maiden name or something like that, which are often used as security, passwords, for entry into other systems. So it dovetails into that.
Yep, it absolutely does, Ilan. You're 100% correct. at the CompTIA ISAO, we're all about sharing threat intelligence and early warnings and indicators about these types of things with our members, who are primarily small, mid-sized businesses just like your own, and especially just like your own in helping the customers that you help. And it's a constant theme, responding to those, posting online what countries you visited in your travels over the years, any of that kind of information that asks for fun, even if it looks like fun stuff. These are used by organizations that have incredible computing power to mash this together to build a remarkably accurate profile of an individual. That is then used by very sophisticated technology, algorithms, artificial intelligence, etc., to break into accounts. And once they break into accounts, they use that to then move laterally across those accounts. So you may think that you're in the most boring, mundane job you could ever be in. But if a hacker can access your account, they can then get into the network of the company that you work for. And that company may not even be the eventual target. They may use the computing resources and the connections of that company to go after the real target, or to assemble what's often referred to as a botnet, a collection of computers that are working together to execute a much more sophisticated attack. 100%. Here's another great real world example. Very real world. My family is very large and dispersed, and we have a family email list where we keep in touch with everyone. And yesterday, one of our cousins sent an email to the list. All it said was scan from XYZ scanner. It came from a known person at a known email address, and it had a single attachment. Now, this turned out to be a perfectly fine email. It was a scan of a newspaper article that he wanted to share with the family, but he put, because he dropped it on his scanner at his office and pressed scan to this email address, it just went out with no description. Now, I'm really pleased to say I was contacted by a number of cousins who said, I'm not opening this. I don't know if it's safe. And I reached out to the one who sent it and I said, hey, Bob, not his real name, did you send this email attachment? And Bob said, yeah, I did. It was this article about sheep that I saw in the newspaper, and I thought it was pretty funny because one of our uncles used to have sheep, and he sent it. So I sent an email out to the family and said, that really did come from Bob. It was a cute article about sheep. It's okay to open this. However, you should never, hopefully none of you opened it before you got this message from me, because you should never open an attachment that shows up unexpectedly, even if it's from someone that you know, because that could easily install malicious software on your phone, computer, wherever you access it, and then you could be exposed and you might never, ever know it.
Truer words have never been said.
So you can't be too careful. You just can't.
MJ, I'm going to give you the opportunity for a free plug. Who should consider a CompTIA membership, and how do they get involved with the ISAO?
That's nice of you. Thank you.
The kind of guy I am.
Yeah, it is the kind of guy you are. Listen, CompTIA, our mission is to unlock potential of individuals and businesses around the globe. We are a self-funded, nonprofit, mission-oriented organization. We are all about helping MSPs and everyone that works in what we collectively call the IT channel to be better at what they do so that you are better equipped to help your customers, who in turn are the economic engine that's driving the prosperity of this country and pretty much every country around the world. So, the work that we do is so critically important. CompTIA members get access to a wealth of resources that for you to individually go out and find would both take a tremendous amount of time and cost you a tremendous amount of information. Because we're a nonprofit trade association, we're able to bring these resources to our members at a highly, highly affordable rate. CompTIA membership is only $350 a year. And if you go out to connect, the word connect.comptia, spelled CompTIA.org. It's the Computing Technology Industry Association. If you go to connect.comptia.org, you can see all that we have to offer. There's a Join Now button. And then the CompTIA ISAO, being an information sharing and analysis organization, we are we exist to share cyber threat intelligence with our members. So we pull in public, private, open source cybersecurity feeds. Our analysts turn it into easy to digest, actionable information to help you keep your business safe and your customers safe. And right on that connect.comptia.org site, you can click on the different options, learn about the CompTIA ISAO. You can join the CompTIA ISAO right on the site. The CompTIA ISAO is a $500 add-on to CompTIA membership. So all totaled, all in, for $850, you're getting access to the ROI on that is off the charts, and that's by design.
I will share that as a company that provides cybersecurity solutions for our clients, the ISAO is an excellent tool for us to use and to communicate the current threats. So I thank you for your time. I know your time is short. It's late on a Friday afternoon. So I thank you again. I wish you all the best.
It's my pleasure. And thank you for thank you for doing this as a public service. It's important and it's critical for organizations like yours. I mean, Palindrome is a very progressive MSP. If I were a small business, you are exactly the type of organization I would hire, because you're doing things like this to help educate your customers, because we simply can't do enough education right now. But what's important mostly to me is that you back up activities like this with, important, high quality, necessary services and the responsiveness that small businesses need. So thank you for doing your part to keep not just your business, but your customers and our economy safe.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Be well, and I'm sure we'll talk soon enough.
You too, Ilan.
Take care.
Bye-bye.